These are 4 pieces of original art from noted artist Gary Houston, someone that the Grateful Dead relied on for many years to help influence our artwork culture, so to speak. Gary lived up in the Pacific Northwest, and so this art reflects that area and his association with it. The Grateful Dead had a long association with an artist named Gary Houston. Gary lived up in the Pacific Northwest, and he favored a lot of the art akin to the area, a lot of First Nation stuff, petroglyphs, ravens, what have you. So I spoke to Gary about the spring of '95. The Dead were playing Seattle and Portland, and I wanted some art that would reflect the area. You know, that's what you try to do. So Gary came up with some great stuff here. This is all original art. You'll note his notes on the bottom, petroglyphs on mountains. This design would be great as a poster. Gary was known for hand pressing his own posters. So he'd make 100 or 200 posters on his own with screen printing by pressing them himself. So that gave him quite a bit of value, and he'd sign everything. In this case here, this is a front back. Here's some dates for Seattle and Portland. Spring of '95, May 23, 24, 25. And here's a front piece that he proposed, another front piece that he proposed. And believe it or not, and I got in a fight with Kid Candelario about this art got turned down, so it was never used on any t-shirt anywhere. For the life of me, I don't know why. They would have been screaming successes. And I've had Gary's art in my file forever. On this piece particularly, you'll note that he overlaid pieces. He'd do the black and white sketch, and then he'd give you his version of color over it. The dates are taped on. This raven is taped over. So this is about as original and hand-drawn as you can get. This one here, a beautiful piece. He thought this would be at the front of a shirt. You can see a skull kind of setting in the side there, the eyes of the sun looking down toward the petroglyph. So there's 4 pieces together in this lot. Fronts and backs of shirts proposed, and we're going to sell them all together. This is for the spring of 1995 in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle and Portland. You never saw the art on shirts because we never made the shirts, just the art. I think to a collector out there, this type of art would really be effective maybe in a long hallway where you could start with this piece, and then maybe the other front, and then maybe the back. You're going to want to frame it around all of Gary's personal notes and his suggestions. You're going to want to show that he is actually overlaying some pieces of art. But I think in a 1, 2, 3, 4 scenario, or maybe a 4 square scenario, this would make for a pretty nice display. The colors are all very sympathetic with each other. Depending on how you matted them, you'd really be onto something here.